What's up? I'm a local hippie. And today I'm filming a book review.
Talking to myself cause I don't know what I want. Yeah, I'm here talking to myself like someone's gonna respond. I'm getting tired of myself cause I don't know what I want.
I'm so used to saying, um, I'm so used to saying that I'm filming a vlog because I've filmed so many vlogs lately. But yeah, today I'm filming a book review. I'm going to be talking about Stephen King's The Mist. So I've said it a bunch of times. Stephen King is my favorite author, and I really like his writing. I really like his voice. I really like his style of writing. Um, and so I have read quite a few of his books. The Mist is one of them. My most recent read of it was yesterday, and it was my third time reading The Mist. And um, so it's a 4.5 star read. I really, 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 really liked it. I love how descriptive Stephen King is. I love how good he is at capturing like the human spirit, if you will. Um, like just the way that he describes not just a person, but groups of people, which he really shines with that in this book. It just shows you how good he is at writing characters, and making each character distinct, in their own way, and giving them their own personalities, their own voices. He's really, really good at that. Like Stephen King is a people person. Um, I would argue that that's like the best thing about his writing is that the characters are always like top notch. They always feel very real. Um, so basically, with The Mist, we are following David and Billy Drayton. We start out, we're introduced to his family. It's just a small family of three: David, his wife Stephanie, and his son Billy. And there is a storm blowing over, and it's really bad overnight, and then the next morning it kind of blows over. Everything is okay seemingly, but there's this like very thick this very thick cloud of a mist over the horizon, and it's very, very peculiar. It's very queer, this fog, this mist, this cloud. It's like nothing they've ever seen before. And so um he ends up going down to the market, um for his wife, with a neighbor whom he had a dispute over not long ago, um and leaves his wife home, and that's the last time he ever sees her. And when they get to the supermarket, it starts out very normal, and then everything just starts to go crazy. And this fog kind of comes down over the town, and these people, this group of like, I think like 80 some people, are stuck in this supermarket. It descends into bedlam, essentially. And some people are leaving, but when they leave they're getting caught up into the fog, and they're like disappearing. People are screaming. They're like, what is going on in that fog? Because you can't see through it. It's very dense. Um so I'm sorry about the light changing, but yeah, so people are disappearing into the fog, the people that decide to leave. And then, there's a group of people who decides to stay because they don't know what's in the fog, and they don't know what's going on. And the longer they stay in this supermarket, they begin to kind of slowly come to the realization that something sinister is happening outside of the supermarket, and that the safest place they could be is within the confines of the supermarket. Um, and we're just seeing how these people deal with terror, how they deal with the unknown. People are fighting, people are forming like factions. There's like witchcraft, like people trying to do human sacrifice. It's So weird. People talking about the end of the world. It's really crazy. And the whole time you don't know if it is the end of the world as the reader, because, like, are they gonna get out of this supermarket? Like, what is this? Where did it come from? What is going on? Why is this, like, is it only happening in this region, or is it happening all over the United States, like all over the planet? Like, what is going on? And, like, if it's only happening in this region, why is it only happening in this region? Like, what is going on? And you can imagine that these are all of the questions that are going through the people in the supermarket's mind. I mean, they're just they're scared essentially. And the whole time David's son is like, I want my mommy, and he's so scared, and he's thinking about his mom, and he's worried about her, and so is David, honestly, because again, they don't know what's in this fog, and they don't know if it overtook their home, and, like, if it did, is she in their house? Like, is she, like, because if she's in the house, she's safe. Like, if she's in the cellar, or because of the storm, like, I think their, like, windows got busted in and stuff. And so if she's, like, in the cellar, she's safe. It's left up to the reader's interpretation, because we never really figure out what happened to his wife. Like, was she okay? Was she not? You could kind of decide that for yourself, because honestly, they were only stuck in the supermarket, I think, for like 2 days, either 2 or 3 days. Like, you can survive in your house for 2 to 3 days, especially if you're the only person there. um but if you don't know, like, what's going on in this fog, and you try to step into it, you have this curiosity, curiosity killed the cat, then that's it for you. And so you really don't know what happened to Stephanie after this. But and so the book ends, the ending is very ambiguous. um where you can kind of just, I mean, really, for me, it's like there's only one way this could end. Like, everybody dies. That's my personal opinion, but it's an ambiguous ending. Honestly, it's an open ending, open for your interpretation. And I think that was the goal there. But I thought it was such a good read. I rated it like 4 stars. Like I said, I always love how Stephen King writes his characters, how he writes people. You could really tell that in his date that he's worked around a lot of people. You could tell that he observes people, um, and that's very important to him, because his characters are always really good. They're always top notch, unless they're a person of color, and sometimes a woman. But most of the time his characters are really good, really fleshed out, and I enjoy that. Um, and so I enjoyed this book thoroughly, because really, at its core, it's about people and how they deal with disaster, and how they deal with terror, and how they deal with the unknown. And so I enjoyed it, and I think that you should give it a you should give it a try, because it's not a super long read. If you listen to it by audio, it's like 4 hours. If you listen to it at like 1.5 speed, so yeah, that is gonna bring us to the end of the video. I hope you have a good day. I hope you have a good evening. And most importantly, I hope you read a good book. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.